Click the Join button and get access to all the lessons in the playlist Chess Lessons for Beginners. The game is divided into three parts in chess: opening, middle game, and end game. We will learn how to play the middle game in this lesson. You must play according to plan. First, assess the situation and choose the target. We have two basic targets: an attack on a weak enemy king and an attack on weak pieces and pawns. The struggle for initiative is linked with them. When you choose a plan, follow these rules. Play bolder. Your pieces must interact. Do not play one piece all the time. Try to understand the opponent's intentions. Create maximum difficulties for the opponent. Try to get the initiative. Let's take an example. The material forces of the sides is equal, but white has a small advantage in the center. Black has a strong position, but a little bit tight. White wants to attack black king and begins to arrange pieces according to this plan. b3. Bishop c1 will move on b2 square to attack black king on big diagonal. Bishop c6. Bishop b2, bishop f8. Knight d5, attacking f6 knight. Knight g4, h3, bishop takes d5. E takes d5, knight f6, bishop b5. White fights for e-file. It needs to rook. Rook e1, rook e1, a6. Mistake. Black lose a tempo. c5 would be more actively. And it cannot d takes c6. Mistake, because queen a5, double attack. But let's go back to move a6. Bishop d3. Pieces of white ready to attack. Queen d7. Black wants to move rook e8, but it hasn't a tempo. White take an initiative and create threats. Queen h4, threatening to take f6 knight, and checkmate on h7. h6. Rook e3. Rook begins to attack. White could win a pawn after bishop takes f6. gf, queen f6. But black would be play longer. So rook e3. King h8. Black wants to move knight g8. If black move knight takes d5, it would be a mistake, because queen e4, double attack on the knight and checkmate on h7. Knight f6, bishop takes f6, and black stay without piece. If g takes f6, then queen h7, checkmate. Let's go back to move king h8. Rook f3, knight g8, queen h5. f7 pawn is under the attack. Knight f6 and rook takes f6. gf, bishop f6 check, king g8, bishop f5, queen e8, queen g4 check, bishop g7, and queen takes g7, checkmate. Thus, white played according to plan and won. Next example. The position of sides is equal. Kings are securely hidden, but blacks move, and black chooses the plan to win opponent's weak pawn. Black first forces white to make this pawn. Knight takes e5, d takes e5, bishop takes c3, b takes c. The result of tactics is a weak c3 pawn. c6, bishop a4, queen a5, double attack. Bishop b3, queen takes c3. A plan for winning a weak pawn is implemented. And homework now. Analyze next game and answer the question: why black lose the game? The answer you can see in the 14th lesson. Knight takes c3, b takes c, bishop c3, queen b3, bishop takes a1, bishop takes f7 check, king f8, bishop g5, knight e7, knight e5, bishop takes d4, bishop g6, d5, queen f3 check, bishop f5, bishop takes f5, bishop takes e5, bishop e6 check, bishop f6, bishop takes f6, gf, queen f6 check, king e8, queen f7, checkmate. And now the answer for the homework of the 12th lesson. In the first task, if the knight takes the pawn, knight takes d4, then black will lose. Knight takes d4, queen d4, bishop b5 check, open attack on the queen. Bishop d7, bishop takes d7 check, king d7, queen takes d4. White win. Answer for the homework 2. H takes g4 is a mistake. After h takes g, black has a strong attack. Knight h2, queen h4, f4, bishop c5 check, d4, knight d4, bishop e3, knight e2 check, queen takes e2, g3, threatening checkmate on h2, rook f3, queen h2 check, king f1, queen h1 check, bishop g1, queen takes g1, checkmate. In the third homework, black has next mistakes: e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, knight f6, d4, ed, cd, bishop b6, mistake, is passive move. Actively, bishop b4 check. After bishop b6, white gets a center for the attack. d5, knight e7, e5, knight e4, d6, cd, ed, knight f2, queen b3, knight takes h1, mistake. Right way was f6, rook f1, knight e4, and king is defended. After knight takes h1, mistake, white has a strong attack. Bishop f7 check, king f8, bishop g5, bishop f2 check, king e2, queen a5, and bishop e7 checkmate. In the next 14th lesson, we will study the theme, how to fight for the initiative in chess. See you!